Right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another live stream. I'm here with Andre from Edgeful. As always, I'm sure if you guys don't know what Edgeful is by now, you shouldn't be on the stream really, because I streamed so many times. I think this is the fourth time I'm streaming this morning. I did the pre-market plan with you guys, so you should know exactly what Edgeful is. But for those that don't know, Andre, maybe just give them a little bit of an introduction, who you are and what Edgeful is.
Yeah. So what's up, guys? Thanks, James, for having me on. So I'm the CEO and founder of Edgeful, and what it is pretty much is it's a tool, it's a technical analysis tool, and it will tell you the probabilities around certain strategies, certain metrics, certain reports that you want to look at. So for example, just really quick, for those of you who use the opening range breakout, that 15-minute orb, we have a report that will tell you how often price breaks out just to the top side, to the bottom side, and both. And you can look at that on any session, on any time frame, on any ticker, whether you're trading Forex, futures, stocks, or crypto. We have literally everything. So we have over 100 reports, or like 100 strategies that you can look at that you can instantly see the odds for. So you don't have to guess when you're trading. You can actually be trading on the side of the data.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah. So the Edgeful, you can check them out. The link is in my bio, as you can see coming across the screen over there. So make sure to go check them out. But I think something that has helped me a lot, and I've mentioned this since making the switch over from currencies to the indexes, obviously being trading, but I'm trading a completely different market. This has helped me a lot in terms of my own trading too. I'm actually playing the double break stat on the Dow at the moment. The Dow doesn't have a great double break stat, but it is holding that opening range low zone, which I really do like. And we haven't taken our previous day's lows, so the shorts aren't. I'm not really interested on the shorts because of your previous day's range report, which we can get into. But maybe let's go to our screens here, Andre, and we can start share a few things from maybe for someone that's first new to the platform. Share where you would get started if someone's just originally getting into.
Great idea. So let me just do this quick. So great idea. So when you come into the platform, you're going to see this. So we're actually building out a homepage at the moment. So you'll actually have this like home screen where you have like a summary of different things, which I'm going to get to later. But right now, what you'll appear in pretty much is like you jump right into the reports. And right here, just so you guys know, this is where you select your market. So this is if you trade currencies, you'll select Forex. If you trade futures, you'll select futures, stocks, etc. You're going to pick that right here. Now, what I recommend for anyone who's new, anyone who's just coming into this and they don't really know where to go, open up this report type dropdown right here and just go straight to most popular. What this does is right now we have over 100 reports that you can go and look at for different strategies, different concepts. But when you click on this most popular, it's going to shorten this list of reports down to just the most popular ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that now, and you're going to see that there's just around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reports to look at. Now these are the actual most popular reports, like without question. And what they do is this allows you to kind of take a bite out of Edgeful without having to go and like look at everything at once, and even like where to start. One other thing that I would recommend is that, for example, we're looking at the gap fill report here. If you scroll down to the very bottom, there's always going to be a video here that's going to explain exactly what you need to look at, exactly what the report is measuring, how to use it in your trading with a live chart example. So these videos are very important, and it's not like a whole course. Like it's not 30 minutes. It's at most 5 minutes. So very bite-sized. So anytime you come across a new report, honestly, just scroll down to the bottom and just watch the video first, and then you can go in and kind of like poke around.
Sure.
So that's what I would recommend. And then one more thing that I would say is if you have a very specific style of trading, like let's say you're a scalper or you're a day trader, then down here we have reports by style, which is just another filter. So like let's say you like to scalp, then you'd click on scalping, and then now you have all of these scalping reports here. Let's say you're a day trader or a swing trader, for example. Now you have all the swing trading reports right here. So that's the way that I would get started. We filter things down for you and just take advantage of those filters.
Nice. Very simple, very clean. So one way that I think also has helped me a lot, and if you can just switch to my screen over here, is the favorites bar. I think you can also do that, right? So let's say you come up, you've been using Edgeful, you go over it for a week, and you're kind of building your edge from it. I think this is how I do it. I favorite it. Yeah. So if you come to the favorite section of you just click that bookmark, like the bookmark thing, tab, and it will show you. And you come to the favorite section, will come up with all your reports. So all your favorite reports will all come up in one. Personally, my 3 favorites, and I always speak about this, as I think it's just easier for guys to actually see where to start in terms of what reports. I like the previous day's range report, the initial balance breakout report, and I do like the opening candle continuation report. And then obviously, if you go through all of them, we won't go through every single one, but in essence, like the previous day's range report tells us, if we take out the previous day's highs, how often do we close as a bullish day? We can look at it by standard in the last year. You can change this time frame as well. You can look at it by weekday, right? So like on a Thursday on the Dow, if we take out the previous day's high, 81% of the time in the last year, we actually close as a bullish day. So knowing that, if we take out the previous day's high, we want to be looking mostly for longs only. And it can help you come up with bias, right? Same as the opening candle continuation report. If we look at that, basically tells us in the first hour, if we have a bullish first hour, how often do we close as a green day? If we have a bearish first hour, how often do we close as a bearish day? Right? Pretty simple, straightforward. And I think the thing about Edgeful is there's so many different ways to trade. Like just like there's so many different reports, there's so many ways to trade. You got to find what fits your personality. I think that's the key there, right?
Yeah. 100%. Finding what fits your personality and your trading style, and for those of you who might not know what that means, there are people that will go down to a 30-second chart and scalp on like a 30-second time frame. Then there are people that will look at a 1-hour chart and trade based on that. Now, that's 2 completely different trading styles. Some people also can't sit at their screens and manage a trade very actively, so they need to take a little bit of a higher end approach, like a higher time frame approach, so they can kind of like set the trade and just kind of forget it and be able to walk away. Like some people, they have like a job or whatever else that they need to go to, and they can't stare at the screens. So in terms of like learning what fits your personality and understanding like what that really means is, if there are concepts that kind of just click to you, like, okay, for example, the previous day's range is a great example. Okay, like let's say you're going through, you're trying to like understand it, and you say, this makes sense to me. We break previous day's high, I want to be bullish. You break previous day's low, I want to be bearish. And that clicks. That's something that maybe you want to put in your favorites. So then you can revisit it. You can go and learn more about it. You can go and like test it when you're trading. But for example, like one of the more, in my opinion, it's pretty simple because it's my favorite report. But that gap fill report is one that some people, when you're trading futures or Forex, struggle with a little bit, because you're looking only at certain sessions and not all the data. And that, if that doesn't click with you immediately after watching the video, then that's something that you should probably not really focus on, because it probably doesn't really resonate with your trading style. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Makes sense to me. Let me know in the chat. Anyone comment section on Twitter? I know the comment section is not the greatest on Twitter, but just let me know if that makes sense. And 100%, Andrew, I think that's the thing, is there's so many different ways to actually make money. Like, I used to trade currencies. Now, all of a sudden, I'm trading indexes and individual stock names. They're going to be different, aspects to trade different ways. Like currencies, I was trading a lot of breakouts. Indexes, you don't want to be buying at the highest price of the day. So I like personally, and we can actually come to my trade here at the moment. So let's go. Yeah, we can actually come to my trade at the moment. Let's go like this. And let's come to the Dow, share my screen. Right, as you can see, we've held the initial balance low, knowing that this is a good entry price that I'd like to be in it. And if it comes back below this, I wouldn't want this trade anymore. I've actually took this trade on the 5-minute chart. This is the 2-minute that I'm showing at the moment. But there's so many different ways of trading. And I think breakouts, sometimes can get caught. Like I got caught yesterday trying to trade a breakout of the S&P. We obviously had a down day. But knowing using Edgeful statistics, this has helped me develop my edge in terms of looking at the indexes. And I think, for any trader that doesn't know where the edge lies, I think Edgeful helps, excuse the pun, that's why it is called Edgeful, helps a lot in terms of that. And also now I know, like, to be honest, yes, you can use market structure, but I wouldn't know about this initial balance if I didn't know use Edgeful. I didn't know what initial balance was when I got into the indexes.
Yeah.
So this has helped me a lot in terms of that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny you say that for the indexes that you don't want to be trading breakouts, because historically price is going to, and now on the initial balance is a little bit different than the opening range breakout. But for those, from what I've seen, that opening range breakout, that first 15 minutes of the session, whether you're trading New York or London or Asia, it doesn't matter. Just the first 15 minutes of whatever session's open, the odds of a double break are actually pretty high on the major indexes. So price breaking down to one side and then reversing back to the opposite side.
Sure.
Now, just to talk about something that's coming in the future with Edgeful, if you can show my screen here for a second. We are actually building out automated trading. So like algo trading. Now, I want to preface by saying that this is not going to be an optimized strategy that we say, like, here it is, here's the holy grail.
You're going to make millions.
Yeah, that is not what we're saying. What we're going to do is we're going to build out templates for you guys to actually edit based on your risk tolerance, based on how aggressive you want to be, based on your account size, based on everything else. So we're going to give you the ability to trade automatically without you actually having to do anything. It'll be completely hands off, but we're going to give you the algorithms with nothing in them. So you'll have to go in and actually customize the algorithms to say, okay, for the opening range breakout, I'm actually refining this one right now. And in the last year, on a $12,000 account trading NQ, it has returned. So I'll actually go to the deep back testing on TradingView, and I'll show you here that it's returned 373% from August 28th to September 15th. This is completely hands-off, completely automated. And the kind of what I was going back to what you were talking about with the breakouts is, for this strategy, it actually looks like your risk to reward for the breakouts to work, your risk to reward has to be less than 1. Yeah.
Interesting.
Your risk to reward has to be less than 1.
Wow.
Less than 1. Yeah. So there's this version
like trading. So what he means by that, what Andre means by that is, if you're risking $1,000, you're actually targeting $800. Your risk reward ratio is less than 1 to 1.
Exactly. So this is just a version that like, this is not the final version that we have. We're adding in where you can take multiple profits. So you have multiple profit targets. So this version that we're looking at right now is not the most optimized one. But for example, you can see that here on Tuesdays, this is my Tuesday input. My take profit is 50% of the orb size, and then my stop loss is 100% of the orb size. So this technically is a 0.5 to 1. This is like a 0.5 R. And what's nice is that your win rate is actually so high that it takes care of itself. So your win rate here is 75%.
That's going to take, so that's going to take, that doesn't matter if you're trading for less than 1 to 1 risk reward ratio, because you've got a very high win rate.
Exactly. Yeah. And so speaking about the breakouts, and you were saying, going back to the reason that I brought this up is, you were mentioning that breakouts don't really work, because for the most part, people are kind of trained to say, well, I need at least 1 to 1.
Yes.
And the 1 to 1 doesn't really work that well here. The 0.5 to 1 works a lot better, but like, people are like, wait, I don't want to risk more than, I don't want to take my profit at like half of what I'm risking. That's crazy. But not knowing that the win rate is actually higher, so you can do it and make money. So just having these, like, yes, the breakouts don't work as often, and the double breaks are a lot more, they're a lot more
common.
Common. But you can trade anyway. And we were just saying earlier that there are so many ways to trade, and that's true. There's a million ways to use this information, and that's why we don't actually tell you, here's how to use it. Like, this is the way to use it. Because if you trade directionally, then you can say, okay, I want to be short after the first break, targeting the opposite side. But if you trade options, for example, once the first side breaks, you can sell options expecting price to move into the opposite direction. Or like, there's a million different ways that you can use it. So we'll never tell you how exactly to use it. Now, we have guides and we have YouTube videos and we have these explainer videos down here, but we'll never actually say, this is the way to do it. And that that applies even to the algos. Like you'll have to go in and you'll have to use the Edgeful data to go in and refine these algos based on your risk, based on how much like your max daily loss that you're willing to take, based on all of these different factors. So that's something that we're coming out with, is the algos, which is really interesting because currently, well, I mean, across the board, there's two different, in my opinion, there's two different types of traders.
Yep.
There are discretionary traders like yourself, and then there are automated traders. So for you, you can take this information and say, I can find my own entry. I want to set my own stop loss. I want to adjust my own size. I want to take profits along the way, based on what you're reading, based on how you're reading the price action, based on how price is moving and kind of the price action is forming. Then there are the people that can't sit at the screens as long as you can. They have responsibilities. They have to leave the house. There are also the other side of those people that can't stick to their plan. They just literally cannot stick to their plan. They cannot hold on to their winners. They hold all the way down to their stop loss. They move their stops. There's also that type of person. And that's what we're trying to solve for. We already have the solution for the discretionary traders, which is Edgeful in its current form. Now we're going to have a solution for the people that break their trading plans, that mess around with their trades, that can't stick to the plans, and also the people that might be able to stick to their plans but don't actually have the time to manage their trades, or they're not able to sit and like kind of devote that time to their screens the way that a discretionary trader can.
I like it. Yeah. That's really, really, I like that a lot, because even for me, sometimes I'm like, I think even for guys like me that, yes, I can make money trading, but I also sometimes want to break from the charts, and I can run some systematic stuff too, and be like, okay, here's an alert to take a trade on the NASDAQ breakout system. Cool, let me place it. There's my take profit. There's my stop loss.
Yeah.
I think that's also something that is appealing to many traders as well.
Yeah.
Because sitting here at the desk every single day, that's why I've limited it. I don't want to be watching every single tick, that's why sometimes I look at the 5-minute charts while I'm on the desk, and I have a hard stop at about like 1 p.m. Eastern time. Then I'm not looking at any more trading. I don't like trading into the evenings. I might do some streams in the evenings and stuff like that, but I'm just completely done, buggered by the end of the day comes. Because trading, right, you can already see I've lost my hair and I'm only 26, can be very, very stressful at times, right? So I think that's really, really cool. I like that I think that's a really, really cool thing what you guys are doing. I think, innovating and adapting as a company like that is really, really good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the traders that are in here appreciate that as well, right?
Yeah. It's also going to be completely automated. So you'll actually be able to link to your broker. So it's not going to be like an alert goes off and then you have to go and like manually click the button. It'll be completely automated to where you don't have to actually do anything except make sure that the odds in Edgeful and the probabilities and the results of the reports are still the same, and the market environment's not changing. So once you set it up, you can leave it for a month, 2 months, but then after, you have to make sure that all the odds are the same. You have to make sure that certain weekdays haven't changed, etc. So it does require a little bit of management, but that's something you can do overnight. Like you can do that on the weekends. You don't need to do it every single day, because we want to make it a really great experience. Like to be honest, our goal is to be the platform where traders come to actually make money.
Yep.
Like flat out across the board, Edgeful is going to be the platform that traders come to actually make money. And that's what we want. That's the goal. Like we want to help people as much as possible to actually make money. I mean, it makes it for like the actual amount of freedom that you get when you figure out how to trade profitably is like I wish I can just like snap and just give it to everyone, because it's the most incredible thing in the world. Like people say, oh, you can trade from your laptop in Bali or whatever, but and most people won't do that, and most people won't want to do that, but you can do that, and you have the choice to do that. And I think that like even like emotionally or like personally, the option to be able to leave your job or to be able to scale up your accounts and like live off of your trading is something that is like so incredible that it's literally our mission to do that for anyone who signs up to Edgeful.
It's a really, really cool feeling. 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, when you at the end of each month and you making some, great money, It is like you found the cheat code to the Matrix, bro. At times, it
Yeah.
is. But yeah, I love what you guys are doing, and that's why I always vouch for you guys and work with you, because I think Edgeful helps traders around the globe, actually, make money, as you said, make money trading. So also Edgeful has a Discord, so make sure that you go check Edgeful's Discord out there. Obviously, the Edgeful link is in my bio. To their website, they do have a Discord as well, as you can see on the website. So if you have Edgeful already and you don't know where the Discord is, it's join our Discord on the top left-hand side here, as you can see on Andre's screen. So go join the Discord. I know we had a trading competition. I know we're doing some live trading in there. I know Juan, let me pronounce his name correctly. Juan trades live in there during the open every single day. So they are actively, very, very active in the community, and it's really, really good. And I think also the thing about trading is can be quite lonely at times. I think that makes it quite nice. I mean, you can pick up one or two, accountability partners in the Discord as well, and you can actually speak to each other as well. I think that's basically what traders around the globe, especially retail traders. We're not trading at a fund or anything like that where that's already put in place. So yeah, go check Edgeful out. The link to the Discord, everything that is in my bio. So link in bio. So go check it out there as well.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. I mean, the Discord has been growing like crazy. We launched it, I think, in mid-August, and we have over 1,200 people in there now. So it's growing really nicely. Nice. One of the other things that we added is this section up here called What's in Play. Now this is, so right now we have over 100 reports that you can look through. And the purpose of this What's in Play section is that it'll tell you when certain reports are setting up. When are these things actually setting up? When should you focus on them, and when should you not focus on them? So right here you can see that we're in the beta stage still. So we have 4 reports. And in order to add another report, you guys have to be vocal about it. You guys have to tell us, I want to add in the opening candle continuation. I want to add in the power hour breakout. I want to add in this. You have to tell us, because what we're doing here is we don't want to build out every single one. We want to build, well, we're going to eventually, but not right off the bat. We want to hear from the traders, hear from our members, and say, okay, these are the ones that we need to focus on. Let's build those first. And then we can start to add in all the other ones. So in this case, we're looking at ES here in the New York session. And you can see, let me just hide this quick. So we're looking at ES in the New York session. Wow, this gap is really going to fill today. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah, I mean, there was I don't think it had been filled once in the last year with that size of a gap.
No,
I don't know.
This is a crazy. Almost 0.8%. I think these have filled actually, but super unlikely. Like not a very high probability trade. Like this is definitely an outlier move. Like this would be a low probability setup that happened to work out today.
Yeah, but I mean, off the open, we're down on the NASDAQ. We're down over 300 points. I mean, that's
crazy. But so in this case, when you see this, now we're looking at ES, we're looking at the New York session, and now you can see up here, there's a gap up. I mean, obviously, there's a gap up. This tells you the current price. This tells you your target. Now, this is important because some people, they get a little bit confused on like, where should I be targeting? Like, what is a gap fill? Like, what should I be doing? Now, we have this in What's in Play now. So we have the target right here. And we also have a trading view indicator that is the gap fill by session. It's really important. The only time that you want to use the regular gap fill indicator is if you trade stocks. If you trade futures, crypto, or Forex, you have to use the gap fill by session. So you click on that, and then now you can see that let me just clean this off. Now you can see how as the gap is being filled, I'll just go to the 1 minute so you can see this really well. You can see as the gap is being filled, your target is right here. So it'll automatically plot your target right down here. But you can see here, this is your target. This is the gap size. So 44 points on ES. So a massive gap up, obviously. Now, this is going to tell you how far away is price currently from the gap fill. So you can see it's just around 13 points right now.
Yep.
The status is that it has not filled, which means it's still in play. So we should probably actually make this green now that I'm thinking about it. So Status is not filled, which means it's still in play. So this is something that you want to be looking at. Okay, at this point, I mean, we're right there for this gap fill. Now it's a higher probability setup. So you can say, okay, this is still in play. I'm willing to take it. Your bias is bearish. So now some people don't know bullish, bearish biases. We will tell you, you want to be bearish now. Right here,
Yep.
these are the streaks. The last 5 gaps up, you can see that 4 out of 5 of them have filled. So maybe today is going to add another one.
Sure.
And then here's a quick snapshot of the actual statistics. And this is based on the standard report. But what we're going to do is we're going to make this dynamic to be by gap size. So these odds will change based on the actual live gap size from the open. So in this case, this is going to change a little bit. Some of the other ones that we have are the opening range breakout. So you can see right here, the orb size, the orb low, the orb high, and then all the odds right here. So you can see 71% of the time, you're going to get that double break, etc. You're all going to see it right here. And what's important, the last 5 orbs have double broken. So here, I mean, maybe today is going to be the day where it doesn't. I mean, I think it
would have to come back up 300 points to the highs.
Yeah. So maybe today's going to be the day that doesn't. And this is where the streaks kind of play in. So how many consecutive double breaks can you expect before you're like, okay, there has to be one breakdown today, and maybe today's that day? I mean, it's very likely that today's that day. I don't want to give any not financial advice, but I'm pretty sure today's going to be that day. We also have the initial bounce by rejection. So this is important. Now here we're telling you the by rejection initial bounce report says based on which side of the initial bounce forms first, what side is more likely to break. So here you can see the high has formed first. Price is not broken out to the top side, but it did break out to the bottom side, and the odds are aligned in that way. Now you can see the initial balance actually is a little more scattered with the streaks. But this page, and in this case, we already exceeded ATR, which is crazy this early in the morning.
Yeah.
But so you can see that in the last 5 days, prices respected the ADR, and now today it has exceeded it. So this page is to tell you what's setting up, what should I focus on, and what should I not focus on live. And so you don't have to focus on actually memorizing these reports. It's more so that we're going to tell you, like, for example, typically the gap is going to fill at some point in the morning. If you don't know that the gap has already filled and you're trying to trade a gap fill, this will tell you, don't trade that. Don't trade that. The gap already filled. So this page is something that's going to pretty much tell you, as it's called, what's in play right now.
Nice. I think it's a great feature. It just makes it a lot easier for the user, right? So a lot user friendly. Yeah, I mean, if we come back up and fill, we'll take out the opening range highs. I mean, that would be a crazy rally here. I mean, we down.
Nuts.
Yeah, I mean, we've literally had a flash out of 300 points to the downside. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But maybe we do get an afternoon rally. We have seen those. I mean, it was like 2 weeks ago. I think we actually caught an afternoon rally and just ripped for the rest of the rest of the day. You know, so yeah.
There's some other stuff that I want to show you guys.
Sure. Yeah, please.
And James, I'd love to get your thoughts live. I'm pretty sure I haven't shown you this before. But so what we're adding is a section where you can discover the reports. So, and what that means is right now, we just have this drop down. And you just got to click around and you have to go into the reports. You got to watch the videos in order to kind of see like what's what. Like, what is this report? Like intraday timing. You don't know what it is until you click on it, and you don't know what it's going to be until you watch the video.
Yep.
So here we are introducing a section where you can discover these reports. You can pick your asset up here. You can pick your report type over here. Now you have that filter, the same thing that we have, the report categories, the chart patterns, performance tracking, session analysis, etc. The way that we have it in here, so performance tracking, range analysis, etc. But this is a lot more of a familiar feeling. Like for those of you watching, like I'm sure you've been on Amazon before. You have your filters to the left. You have the results of the filter in the middle. And the same thing will apply here. So you can go in and you can bookmark your reports right here. You can click on the explainer, which will look like this. And now let's say you click on the gap fill explainer. Now this will be a pop-up. It'll tell you, what does this report measure? It measures how often price touches the previous session's closing price. Right there. So do you want to add it to your bookmarks, or do you want to go and view that report?
I see. Yeah. So instead of having to read the report, it already tells you in essence what it is, if that's something that you're interested in. I like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one thing that we really want to
you don't want to go through every single report. Sorry to cut you off. You want to go through every single report. You want to just, okay, is that something I'd like? No. Like if some people don't trade at all with RCT, and there's an RCT report. Okay, no, I don't want that.
Exactly right. So like if you were to scroll around, and now you can see, I'll just move this to the left a little bit. If you can see this, and you're like, oh, I see one for fair value gaps, and you click on the explainer, it'll come up and it'll tell you, oh, it's telling me how often fair value gaps get mitigated versus not mitigated. And then now you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll bookmark that. And then that's where we really want to emphasize this bookmarking feature to make Edgeful a lot more personalized to you. And we're also adding a watch list too. So let's say you did click on one of these reports, and now you're going to be here. Now you still have the option to see your bookmarked reports right from this page. So you can just click, and go through all your favorite reports. You can change the tickers right here. And you can also obviously do it over here. But we really want to emphasize that bookmarking, so you can just very easily switch back and forth from reports without having to go back to this other page.
Nice. Yeah, that's clean. I like that, bro. That's very user-friendly as well.
Yeah. So we're also including a list and grid view. So this would be the grid view. So if you don't want to have to scroll a lot, you can just switch to the list view, so you can see them in like, okay, gap fill, the explainer's buttons right here. Opening range breakout, the explainer buttons right here. Or you can just go to view report right here too. So it won't be as it won't take up as much space on your screen if you want to see it in this list view too.
Yep.
Yeah. So bookmarking, making it a lot more personalized is going to be really important. And pretty much the same structure down here, like for the rest of the page. Again, the visual, the table, the streaks will be here. The table is going to be here. The price chart, the video, and the explainer graphs will be down here. So this is something that we're going to be working on pretty soon. I'm curious what you think about it, honestly.
Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot, bro, because I think a lot of the times as well, I mean, when the guys come in and ask us, what report should we look at? Sometimes you can spend a lot of time going through each report. I think if you just have a quick snippet of like, okay, this is actually what the report does. No, I'm not interested in that. I think this is really, really neat. Anything to make, a website or, product more user-friendly is obviously, it's always going to be welcome by the user, right?
Yeah.
No, I like this a lot. This is quite cool.
Perfect.
And you can actually check by like different things. If you just zoom in again on the left-hand side, there, so you can market open and close strategies. So you can do you can go through different report categories as well. And then you can have the scalp on. I mean, if you're a swing trader, you can, untick all the scalper and day trading things as well.
Exactly.
Because I know some guys, the thing is as well, guys, Edgeful's not, I mean, I use some of this Edgeful reports to actually manage my stock portfolio as well, my long-term discretionary stock portfolio, which is quite cool. Like taking out previous day's high, stuff like that. And I might, purchase some NVIDIA shares, whatever it is, whatever it is. But I think that, it's for the all, round trader and investor actually as well too.
Yeah, for sure. And there's just a million ways to use this stuff. And that's what's really nice for us, is that we don't have to tell you what to do with it really, but we can tell you what the odds are of what's going to happen. And you can use it in any way you want. One of the other things that we're building is a what's in play screener. So here I showed you what's in play, and this was only for ES. So the gap fill only on ES. But now if you want to look at the gap fill on multiple, so NQ, ES, Gold, Oil, Apple, NVIDIA, Tesla, Microsoft, you just have to go to the screener, and now you can see, I'm looking at the gap fill report, and then now I can see, okay, NQ is gapping up, ES is gapping down, Gold is gapping up, Oil is gapping up, Apple is gapping down, whatever. And now you can see, okay, where are my setups? Where are my targets? What's the status here? Is this something I should be trading or not? So here you can see, okay, the only ones that are still in play are Gold, Oil, Apple, and Tesla. The rest I should not focus on anymore. And you'll also get the odds right here too, and your bias. And then you'll be able to do this with the opening range breakout. So like, let's just say this is the orb one. It'll tell you the orb high, the orb low, and all the percentages right there. Which one has broken? Has it broken out yet? Has it broken down? Has it double broken, etc.
Yeah.
So this is going to allow you to screen for multiple stocks, like multiple assets at once.
Yeah, it's kind of like a stock screener, but for the tickers, individual tickers. Yeah, individual tickers, but like you can look at it from indexes to individual stock names as well. Exactly. That's very, very neat. So guys, again, check out Edgeful. The link is in my bio. We've spoken about a lot of things here on stream today. I think, again, just very, very user-friendly. If you don't have Edgeful, I just think you're actually doing yourself a disservice personally. I use it every single day in my trading. It just becomes part of my pre-market plan and pre-market prep. And I think if most traders that want to actually make money long term are not just coming to the desk buying and selling, they're actually coming to the desk with a little bit of a plan, levels that they like, reports that they're looking at from Edgeful, and actually using it to make decisions. Today, a little bit of a tougher trading day on the Nasdaq. We'll see if we can get a bounce over here. The Dow, my trade is actually holding up a little bit, but very, very choppy day right now on the Dow. Dow's not really doing much, but we had a massive flush out on the Nasdaq. So if we get a bounce off this level and come back up, that would be quite a wild rally. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
very unlikely.
Yeah, very highly unlikely. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a bounce at this level. I mean, to see further continuation to the downside, there'll be a massive sell-off. But I appreciate your time as always, Andre. And
no, it's been great.
We look forward to another live stream as usual. So again, make sure to check Edgeful out. The link is in my bio. And then come on ASFX TV and see actually how I use the reports live in real time every single week, right? So the link is in my bio for that as well. So appreciate your time as always, Andre. For those watching, we'll see you on the next one. Have a good Thursday. Cheers, everyone.
All right.